Hey, how you doing? I'm going to miss somebody, but it's not on purpose. Hey, Amanda. Hey, Angela. And Southern. What's up, Southern woman? You doing all right? Hey, April, Ashley, Becky, Beth, Kara, Carolyn, Cheryl, Cindy, Cynthia, Darlene, Debbie. Hey, I'll do my best to get all your questions answered. If I miss something because the chat's scrolling kind of fast and I'm talking, then just keep asking. I'll make sure I get it. I'll get your question answered. But I want to start off with this. Because I've been hearing this a lot. Maybe not in the same word, but I've been hearing it a lot. Weak. Travis, I'm weak. Travis, I have no self-discipline. Does anyone feel that way? You're beginning, if you've been around a while, maybe you're beginning to know what to do, right? It's one thing to know what to do. It's another thing to do what you know. And let me tell you this. Nothing can be more depleting. I hope I can get some witnesses here. Nothing can be more depleting. Nothing can be more frustrating. Nothing can be more discouraging. Nothing can leave you more in despair than having success with weight loss only to gain the weight back because you were mentally weak. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Nothing can be more frustrating than to get started, give it your all, you're motivated, you're doing it, you're losing the weight, you tell people, I'm never going back, I'm never going to change, I've got this. How many people have said, I'll never, ever go back to the old way of eating after losing a lot of weight? But you find yourself in that precarious situation where you've gained the weight back, you can't get excited about it anymore, you can't get fired up anymore, it ain't got the new car smell on it anymore. It don't matter how many times you take this car that once had the new car smell on it to the car wash and get it cleaned up and get it cleaned out. It just ain't never new to you again. It don't have the new car smell anymore. You lose 5. You lost 50 one time, put 55 back on. Now you'll lose 5 or 10, put it right back on. You just can't get fired up about it. Anybody? I see some folks that are being honest. True confession is good for the soul. So I have a question for you. Could we qualify that as weakness? Am I qualifying it right when people tell me that? I don't have any discipline. I can't do it. I'm just so weak. I succumb to temptation so easily. Is that a fair analysis that you're saying that you are weak? You are weak. Well, I got good news for you. I wrote this today in my little journal. This thing's changed my life. It's getting better and better and better and better. Is my weakness gone? No! My weakness is not gone. I was born in weakness. I was born in corruption. It's called the flesh. It's called the flesh. The flesh is weak, everybody. We need not get up and think that anything's going to change about the flesh. My flesh is weak, but yet I'm still inexcusable. I have no excuse because I'm a born-again Christian. The spirit is willing. It's willing. The flesh is weak. The spirit's willing. And it's mighty indeed. It's powerful indeed. And if I will yield to the spirit, I can tear down every stronghold in my life. Whether it be alcohol, whether it be drugs, whether it be pornography, whether it be a spirit of anger and rage and a spirit of non-forgiveness, whatever it is, I can tear that stronghold down in the Lord. And let me tell you, I argue it, I debate it, some people agree, some people don't, but I know nothing more dangerous, nothing that's depleting God's people more than food addiction. And it's more like the devil than drugs. If I say snort some cocaine, at least you can see the devil in the cocaine. If I tell you, you need to quit watching nasty stuff, at least you can recognize, even if you engage with the nastiness, that it's the devil. You know it's the devil. But when it comes to food, the devil's in it more than anything, because he's a subtle liar. He's a subtle killer. It's the most subtle of all addiction is a food addiction. What is he doing right now? Well, it's Thanksgiving and Christmas. You might as well wait until January. When are we going to awake from our sleep and slumber and realize that attitude is going to kill us? Because after Christmas, it'll just be something else, and it'll be something else, and it'll be something else. It's called living a lifestyle for Jesus in your own way, not the way a preacher tells you, not the way some religious person tells you, but to walk in step with the Holy Spirit and to do it God's way and watch yourself, your life, your body begin to thrive more than it was. Are you weak? Let me ask you some questions. Do you get emotional over trivial things and then eat? Now, please listen. I think this will help you like it helped me. Do you get emotional over trivial things and then eat? Do you eat the wrong foods when you know better? Do you procrastinate? Do you rationalize and justify eating things you shouldn't on a day that was supposed to be what we call a perfect day? Do you care too much about meaningless things and petty things? With that said, do you believe that your weakness can become your strengths? That is weak in the flesh, that is undone in the flesh. Do you believe? Do you really believe? Do you believe deep down in your soul that you can take those weaknesses and turn them into strengths? I declare to you, as long as you will accept that you are weak and undone and can do nothing about it, you're going to fail. You have to stop accepting your weakness because of this. The Bible says that when we decrease, He can increase. When we're weak, He is strong. You have to declare, I will not accept my flesh's weakness anymore, because I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. Don't accept that you are what you are. That's not true. God is the great I am, and it is Him and His Spirit that lives in you. Listen to this. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on one second. I'm going to breeze through these. I'm not going to tell you where they at real quick, but it says, I am God and I can fight for you, and I will fight for you. I am God, I am the Lord thy God, and I fight for the weak people. But He ain't going to fight for you if you don't submit yourself to Him. You're going to let a bag of tater chips beat you? You're going to let a Snickers bar beat you? But you're going to say, I'm a Christian. I've been born again by the mighty power of God. I think that we strain at a gnat and we swallow a camel. What do you mean by that? Well, I know the scripture meant one thing, but here's what I mean tonight. We got people here tonight that praise God, they pray, Jesus, they praise God, they pray, they talk about the power of God and all this kind of stuff, and they talk about on Sunday how in a world that don't believe this anymore. Y'all will raise your holy hands in the air and say that there's a man one day going to come in the clouds of glory, going to call you up from the grave. Y'all will sing, ain't no grave going to hold me down. I'm going to meet Jesus in the air. How many of y'all have sung that? But then out of that same mouth that levied that great praise towards God, out of that same fountain, you're going to say, I can't overcome the temptation of a bag of tater chips. Out of that same fountain, you're going to say, I can't overcome a piece of chocolate cake, Brother Travis. Then you cannot believe what you've been shouting from the rooftops that you believe about Jesus. You cannot do it. Well done is better than well said. If you believe in the resurrection power of Jesus Christ, you've got to believe that He's got the power to help you overcome tempting foods. And it's not like that you can't eat. Hey, I could understand it if we were like Jesus and we were fasting 40 days and 40 nights and we were carried into the wilderness and tempted of the devil, I could understand that, because after all, Jesus was all man, but he was also all supernatural. I could understand that. We talking about eating, people. We get to eat every single day. And I promise you, we will cry from the rooftops how we starving to death if we ain't had a meal in 6 hours. We got to snap out of it if we want to live a more abundant life. If we want to be a light for Jesus, we got to snap out of it. If we can't beat this, we can't beat nothing. So, here's what I'm asking you to do before I put the PowerPoint up. Here's what I'm asking you all to do in the name of the Lord. I'm asking you in the name of the Lord. If you decide to do this, we start it Monday, and I'll go over this some more. We start it Monday, tonight's orientation. We start it Monday. We've got 3 weeks of solid work that we can do. All you have to do, though, is choose 1 week at a time. You don't have to do 3. You may just want to do 1. But I'm asking you, if you do this, you enter officially after Thanksgiving on Monday, that you give it all you got for 1 week. Then if you want to go another, you can, then another, you can, then we'll stop it for the rest of the year. You'll get all of Christmas and after Christmas. Hopefully you won't hog trough it and put all this weight we're going to lose back on. But think about what will happen when you go into January. Instead of gaining weight this time of year, at worst, you'll lose weight now, gain some back from Christmas to the end of the year. But at best, you may just change your whole life over this next 3 weeks. And you may not want to hog trough it other than 1 or 2 days during Christmas and go into next year with more weight loss than what you've obtained already. Whew. And you'll feel so much better. You'll feel so much better. I hate to see y'all feel so bad. Those of you that are doing good, I congratulate you. And I love you and I salute you. Please look, if you're doing good, be on the lookout for the Prince of Lies. He's coming. He's coming. Going to try to be a stumbling block to you. Those of you that fell off the wagon, can't get the new car smell back on it, stop it. Let's get some momentum in the right direction. Let's get some momentum in the right direction. We can do this, but I'm asking you, 1 and up to 3 weeks of solid effort. You must, if you decide to do 1 week, you must be perfect as according to the instruction for 1 week. This is not about teaching you a lifestyle. This is about teaching you mental toughness and self-discipline, which equals freedom. And you can do anything for 1 week. We've put money into this challenge. We're going to put our time into this challenge. We're going to put our effort into this challenge. And all we're going to ask you to do for 1 week is to choose from a meal list. On the honor system, choose from the meal list only that I'm going to show you. And when you're choosing from that meal list, you can only eat when I eat. We're all going to the proverbial island. We're going to be castaways on the island. We're going to humble ourselves like little children. And we're going to focus on what we can have and not on what we cannot have, and get our self-discipline back. Get our momentum back. That's what this challenge is about. And you'll only be able to eat when I eat. I will notify you when I eat. And then you'll have a 4-hour window after I notify you that I've eaten for you to eat, because we're on the island. My job is to scour the island, find good food, and then notify you that I found the food, because we're humbling ourselves like little children. And then you get to eat the food. You don't have to eat what I eat. You just have to eat when I eat, and eat from the list. That's it. Okay? So are y'all ready to see this PowerPoint, and let's get started? Fired up? I hope somebody fired up. All right, bear with me. Let me get my PowerPoint up and start sharing my screen here. All righty. Boom, boom, boom. Should be seeing my screen now. I won't be able to see the chat until I get out of this PowerPoint. Then I'll answer questions, so take some notes. Document what your questions are because I want to be a help to you. This is the Christmas Castaway Extreme Makeover Challenge. Very familiar to some of you that's already done it. Very few change-ups, but we do have some change-ups, okay? First of all, what is this about? What are we trying to accomplish on Castaway Island? We're not teaching a lifestyle. That's what the Shibboleth lifestyle does. Teaches you how to eat anything, anywhere, anytime, still lose weight. Practical, sustainable, fun. This is not that. This is like boot camp. Okay, it's a shock to the system. We do not want to be mindlessly eating. The Bible says that we will give an account of every idle word that we utter. Well, your body kind of works that way as it relates to food and food consumption. We graze, and sometimes we eat and graze without even thinking about it. It's such a habit. We don't even remember eating some of the things we ate because we live in the land of plenty, and we're habitually grabbing out of the pantry, grabbing out of the fridge. We think nothing about consuming calories. They all count. So this challenge is about no mindless eating. This challenge is about you tapping into your God-given fruit of the Spirit called self-discipline. We want to teach one another that we do have self-discipline and that we do have mental toughness. You're not going to starve. Your human body can go 30 days without food. We're not even going to go 1 day without food. But what you're going to discover is how much you think about food. How you're going to discover that food for you for many is no longer sustenance that you can enjoy. It's no longer what God give you to fuel your body and enjoy something enjoyable, praise God, that fuels the body. But you're going to see that food has become a type of idolatry to you. We're going to create mental toughness. We only eat when I eat, and then when I eat, because you may be at work or whatever, you have a 4-hour window to get your meal in. If I eat and announce that I've eaten with a picture of what I've eaten at noon, then you have until 4 to eat that meal, or you cannot have that meal. Okay? Creating mental toughness. You're going to do what I do. It's a simple challenge. Do what I do. You don't have to eat what I eat, but you've got to basically do what I do, and you'll get the results that I've gotten. Do I look like I'm starving to death? I'm not starving to death. Praise God. A lot of years of work and changing my mind and heart. I'm in the best shape I've ever been in, from the neck down. May kill over tomorrow, but I've had a better quality of life because of what God's done to me, with me, through this program. Best shape from the neck down I've ever been in my life. And if you'll do what I do, you'll cultivate mental toughness as it relates to food. I'm a big baby concerning some things, but as it relates to food, I'm tough. And I want you to be tough. You're going to do what I do. You're going to eat when I eat with that 4-hour window. If I do not eat, you do not eat. So you get up and you're hungry. You're hungry. You're hungry. But I haven't eaten and I haven't notified the group that I've eaten. You can't eat. You got to wait. There's an exception. The exception is if your doctor, your primary care physician, has told you something to do other than the things in this challenge, you should do that. Your primary care physician and the great physician trump anything that I'm telling you. But if you've got to eat 5-6 meals a day because the doctor's told you to do that, you do not need to participate in this challenge. You have a 4-hour window to eat after I eat. You must post what you ate, when you ate it, or make an entry after I post. You must post or make an entry after I post and make an entry. In other words, I post at 12, you didn't eat till 2, you need to post at 2. That here's what I ate and here's when I ate it. It's called group accountability, okay? Eat from the list, only from the list. Some folks will make accidental errors. If in your heart and in your conscience, you post something and somebody says that wasn't on the list, and you really just misread something, you really misunderstood something, you shouldn't tap out of the challenge over that. But if you did it purposefully and you did it knowingly, you screwed up knowingly because you can't follow rules, you should tap out. You should honor everyone that's doing their best and tap out if you knew what you did was not a part of the challenge. If it was a mental lapse, if it was an error if it was a purposeful error in judgment, a moment of mental weakness, you should tap out to honor those doing their best. If you had a piece of bread that you thought was approved because you read the list wrong and you know in your conscience that you didn't do that on purpose, don't tap out. Just let the group know, don't tap out, keep going, keep doing your best. You're going to have a couple of links that you need to remember, but I've put together a web page so that you can find everything that you're going to need for this challenge. And you'll always be able to go to this web page, find everything that you need for the challenge. Meals, meal ideas, grocery list, the infirmary, and I'll explain the infirmary. You'll be able to find everything on this one web page, including the updates. By week 2, we're going to change up the menu a little bit. Okay, we won't take things off, but we're going to add things too. By week 2 and week 3, we'll be adding new and cool things to it. Here's what you're going to need in order to participate and enjoy the challenge. You're going to need this first link, http://castaway.shibbolethministry.com. And so that you get notifications of when I eat, you're going to want to text the word Castaway to 31996. Text the word Castaway to 31996. There were a few people last challenge that struggled with this because of their phone carrier or whatever the issues were, their particular data plan. Whatever the issue was, there was few people that had a problem with the text, where I text my meal and when I eat. Few people had a problem. So if you end up being one of those that have a problem and you don't get the notifications via text, it's okay, because in our group, I'm going to pin at the top of the group what I ate and when I ate it. But for the most fun, and I think the group that has participated in the past will agree, for the most fun challenge, text the word Castaway to 31996. If you don't get a message welcoming you, then it's probably the text notification service probably isn't going to work. Now, I'm going to stop this for a minute so that I can show you the web page. So let me pull out of here. All right. Perfect. Okay, so let me go to our link now and share the screen again. Now I'm at the web page link. Okay. Here is the link. A lot of effort We do appreciate donations. This is a free challenge. It costs us money. It costs us money to use the tech service. It costs us money to maintain the web, but it's free. It's free, especially to our active members, okay? If you feel like donating, we'll take it. Slowest time of the year for us, and it costs a lot of money to run this thing. We usually have, this is a tough time of year. So if you want to donate, please do. If you don't, then please pray. All right, so here we go. And I would ask that you not share this link with non-Shibboleth members. If God leads you to, I will not argue with you. There's people that apparently feel led to teach our program all over the place that aren't a part of Shibboleth. And if God led them, who am I to argue with them? I feel like Gamaliel. If God led them to do it, I can't stop them. If God didn't lead them to do it, then they'll never, ever amount to anything with it. So I don't worry about it. If God led you to do it, you'll get no argument from me. Have at it. But if God don't leave you to give away our materials, please don't. It does hurt the program, not just from a monetary standpoint. It hurts the program because people don't know what they're doing. They're not using this as a companion piece to what I'm teaching. Therefore, they do it wrong and then say it doesn't work. So just keep it between us, our little group. So Shibboleth Castaway Island Extreme Makeover Challenge. Notice that I've got meal ideas and approved grocery link. I've got where to go to tap out. I've got the infirmary. I've got the website community. I've got the standings of who's losing weight, who's doing good every day. I've got the Facebook group for castaways, and we've got our WOW challenges. So anytime you get lost, anytime you're wondering where something is, anytime you're wondering what the latest updates are, all you got to do is go to this webpage. So I'm going to click on our meal ideas and approved groceries to show you how to put together a meal that's on the challenge. These are the meats that you can eat. Excuse me, I'm sorry. These are the vegetables that you can eat. These are your cooking fats. These are your beverages. These are the supplements that we recommend. These are your vegetarian and vegan protein sources that we recommend. These are your breads that we recommend. These are the spices and seasonings and breadings that we recommend. Okay, let's stop there for a minute. You will be able to choose any of these foods and put them together any way you want, the way I put this together. If I want fish, but I want it breaded and fried, here's my breadings: Carb Quick, TVP, almond flour. And I want it with a vegetable, I can have it with broccoli. So you can combine any of these items together any way you want, but here's the catch. Here's the catch. You must keep your meal total at 350 calories or less. You must keep your meal total to 350 calories or less. And it's ideal that you have at least one protein source and one vegetable source. 350 calories or less. So I want top round steak and cauliflower. Make sure that I keep the calorie total at 350 or less. If you're using a 6 to 8 inch plate, you're going to be right on target. We have also included meal replacement ideas where you don't have to think about it so much. If you'd rather do any health-wise meal or a real good pizza or a mighty muffin, you could just choose from this list. Then you don't have to worry about it. These items, if available, the item is linked to the appropriate item on the website so that you can see what it is if you've never used it. If you don't know what a Quest bar is, that Quest bar is linked to the appropriate item on the website. Okay. With that said, you can only eat when I eat and within 4 hours after I eat. Correct? We've established that. But there's grace on our island. There's grace. If you experience a low blood sugar episode, or your mental weakness gets the best of you, we have put up a tent on the island. It's an infirmary tent. Those that are struggling can go to the infirmary and choose any item from the list. So, how does that work? Let's say that you get up and I haven't eaten, and you think I'm going to starve to death. It's 10 a.m. You don't feel well, you've got no energy, but I haven't eaten, and you do not want to tap out. Then you will go to the infirmary and choose something from the infirmary. In other words, there's one right there. I'm going to the infirmary. I'm going to eat a handful of Melba toast with or without fat-free cream cheese. Or maybe I just eat an apple. I eat an apple. Or maybe I'm craving chips and I have some K's Natural Past the Peas chips. So you can go to the infirmary rather than tap out. That ends up on most days giving you 2 meals and an infirmary item if you must have an infirmary item. I will not eat more than 2 meals during the challenge in a day. So you may want to stay close to the infirmary if you're not used to that. Okay? Also, there will be at least one day during the week, and I will not specify the day, where I will only eat 1 meal. So it's not meant to be easy. It's meant to fast, to reset our body, our metabolism. It's meant to experience the physical benefits of a wellness fast, and it's meant to experience the mental benefits of willpower. Hope that makes sense. Okay, so that's the deal with the meal plan. There's a couple of freebies that you can have anytime: sugar-free gum, celery, some other condiments other than what's on the spices, seasoning, and breadings list. But that's the gist of it. The next week we'll be adding some more stuff so that the folks that want to go a second week find some more interesting things. Same thing for the third week. So let me stop this and see what questions you have thus far. Yes, basically those are snacks if you have to have them. Any questions or comments? And then I'm going to go back and talk, finish up our PowerPoint. Yes, got to drink our water, and we've got a journal, and I'm going to talk about that. You've got to drink your water, 1/2 gallon to 1 gallon of water. Egg whites should be on the list. Let's look and see. Yeah, egg whites are in the vegetarian, vegan. Again, some vegans won't eat egg whites. Some vegetarians do. That's why it's in that list. But you don't have to be a vegetarian or vegan to use this column. So it is in there under vegetarian and vegan. If you're still on the Castaway list, no need to redo that. If you do redo it, it won't hurt anything. But if you did opt out after the last challenge was over, you will need to opt back in. You don't have to log in to this web page that I've established. No login there. And by the way, let me say this. I don't think this will happen. Please listen to this for your safety. We're living in terrible times, even when huge company websites are hacked. We take every precaution on our Shibboleth website, the big one, to keep it from getting hacked. You wouldn't believe the money and time that goes into that. This is a web page that we established that has security in place, but because you're not giving us any information, it doesn't have the same type of security level that our website has. If there's, on this particular page, if you ever get a request to give information, notify us because you're being hacked. We do not ask for information on this web page. Never give information to anyone. It's just we're living in very bad times. We got a notification today from GoDaddy that said, watch out because there's hackers out there. So, yeah, fishing expeditions. So you don't get fished, okay, for information. Talk to us. Make sure. It's probably if we're not going to be asking for information with a pop-up, okay. All right, so let's go back. Yes, all of this is being recorded. Being recorded. Let me go back and share again. We're almost done. We're getting there. All right, let me get my PowerPoint back up here. You must journal or tap out. If you bite it, you write it, you hog it, you log it, you nibble it, you scribble it. We've established 3 ways. I wish you would choose one of the first 2 ways to journal at all times and the challenge. You can use the app. There is a Shibboleth Journal app where you can take a picture of the meal and save it, and it will sync it with the website journal. Or you can journal directly on the website, and if you're really behind the times, it's okay. Nothing wrong with that. You may just want to avoid the web altogether. Use a paper journal, but you must journal. Again, the infirmary is there if you need it. If you eat when I do not eat, or within 4 hours of when I eat, you must go to the infirmary and post what you ate and when you ate it. That's the Facebook page. If you want to do additional and you want to lose more body fat, you can become a savage. You get the 3 miles in or 10,000 steps or a 10-mile bike ride and at least 100 to 300 repetitions that's in the exercise section of the website. That's how. This is not mandatory. Exercise is not mandatory, but you're already in fat burning. Why not do all you can? Okay. Show you a few more things and then we're out of here. Well, I'll answer some questions. Going back to our little cheat sheet here. If you need to tap out, this link will take you to where you need to tap out. If you need back to the list where the infirmary's at, this list will take you there. Standings, Facebook group. Okay, let's go to the Facebook group. Here's our support group where we'll be supporting you. I think the group would tell you we really worked hard at supporting everybody those 2 weeks that I was officially doing it with you. I couldn't, some of them did it unofficially after the first 2 weeks. I couldn't keep up. I was losing too much weight. Okay, but this is the group. Request entry in there. We'll let you in. And you will post like the folks that's gone before you posted. You'll post a picture of your meal or an explanation of your meal and when you ate it for the whole group to see for accountability. There's still great examples in the Castaway Island group of how to do it and what to do. Okay. How do you officially enter? You officially enter by going to the Castaway official community group. This is the official community group. And this is where you sign up for it. You just click on this button, challenge. This is, I'm already in here. So click on challenge, and you'll see that there is a way for you to accept Castaway Island Christmas Week #1. And then you'll have to upload 2 photos. It can be a front photo in some tight clothing and a side photo, or it can be a front photo and a back photo. That will let you in officially. As you can see, there's already 7 signed up. If you go back to the first Castaway Island, you'll see 231 people signed up for that. I can still go and look at their results. Some quit, some tapped out, but I can go and see there were some real achievers in the group. Craig Holt lost 19.2 pounds in 1 week. April lost 8.3% of her overall body weight in 1 week. Amazing things can happen if you do your best and you give it your all. But again, when in doubt, when you're lost, all you got to do is go right back to that link. Where did it go? There it is. Right back to the link. That's it. Let me stop. Make sure. Oh, by the way, one more thing to you, the Castaways that's done this before. Notice we've added WOW meal plans. These are more meal ideas. Last time the WOW meal plans was not on there. You can choose a WOW meal plan for this Castaway experience, but you still can only eat the meal when and or after I eat. So if I go, let's say that I choose Mighty Shrimp. I'm choosing the Mighty Shrimp WOW Challenge. And I can earn a badge by doing it. I can accept the challenge, but then I have to do the challenge exactly as it's laid out. Exactly as it's laid out. So, in other words, it says breakfast is a Mighty Muffin, and that optionally I can have a tablespoon of peanut butter with the Mighty Muffin. I can't eat that Mighty Muffin until Travis eats and or 4 hours after he eats. So I get up and I post, you've got your Mighty Muffin ready, and I post at 10 a.m. that I ate an egg white omelet that was approved. That means you've got 4 hours to eat your Mighty Muffin if you've accepted this challenge. Several different types of badges that you can earn. You can earn a WOW Challenge badge by successfully completing any WOW Challenge. It's a daily challenge only. Got to do it exactly as it's laid out on the honor system. And or you can earn the Christmas Castaway Challenge badge. If you complete the full week, you'll earn that badge. In fact, you could earn WOW Challenge badges daily and still earn your 1 week badge. And I promise you, I've got the data to prove it. The more you journal, the more badges you earn, the more weight loss you'll experience, because those are the people that are focused and giving their all. All right. Any questions? If you're a beginner, feel free. As long as you're committed to not getting frustrated, feel free to participate. Yes, ma'am. Miss Debbie works nights, so she would do this the same way that she was doing it to modify for that shift of work. For Savage, do we have to complete the 4 listed exercise goals in 1 week? No, those are daily goals. So I'm going to have to do the 3 miles or the 10,000 steps and the 1 to 300 exercise reps. In our website, we have a list of exercises that we recommend. There's even a place for those of you that are doing CrossFit to log in there. The more you do in that 1 week, the more. Look, we're all afraid of the pain of massive action. But what we find is that massive action is the juice of life. The harder that you work at something, the more you enjoy it. And if I can get you to just be self-sacrificial for a week, you'll find that self-sacrifice equals joy. You'll feel so much better in 1 week if you'll give it your all. No, I'm sorry. Someone asked, I can't see the full name. So we only post infirmary items to the Facebook page. I probably misspoke there. You will post, you just should say, I went to the infirmary and here's what I had, so that we all see that you went to the infirmary, but it was on the list. But I would ask everyone to really immerse themselves in helping each other and to post every meal. Ideally, a photo and a description of what you had. But if you can't post a photo, just a description. If you can't do either, just make sure you're journaling. That's right. If you picked out a wow challenge, make it a good one, because if I eat one time, you're only going to get to pick one item off that wow challenge. And as you can see, Melissa said those photos inspired and helped her. Let's help one another. We're on an island together. No holidays whatsoever. You can go to the infirmary, but for 1 week, no holiday. If you'll look beyond and you can see the possibilities of what you can achieve, you're getting Thanksgiving off. Let me ask y'all, what are we here to do? What are we here to do? You're getting the rest of this week to eat turkey. Then you enter your wake Monday morning, and you give it your all for a week, up to 3 weeks, and then you're going to get days and days off for Christmas. Hopefully you won't go binge eat. But at least if you do, we've worked hard and we've lost. You don't want to go into next year 10 to 15 pounds heavier than you are right now. Crystal Light, I think, is on the beverage list, wasn't it? Without going back to it, I think the Crystal Light is allowed. Any 0-calorie beverage is allowed as often as you want it. Do the items on the list have calories? No. But if this is for those of you that struggle with portions, you'll need to count your calories. However, if you will use the hand rule and you use those ingredients on my list, you will not go over 350 calories. The foods that I've put there are real nutrient dense, low calorie foods. You can use a 6 to 8 inch plate, and then I'm not worried about you counting the calories. But if you're a calorie counter, make sure it's 350 or less. The weight of the meat is after it's cooked. Yes, on the 1 meal a day, you still get freebies and you still get the infirmary. And the reason I said that, back a year ago, I started making sure that 1 to 3 days a week, I fasted, one might say, unto the Lord. I don't want to be sanctimonious because I have enough problems, right? It's one reason that this sick man has to fast. But 1 to 3 days a week, I would fast with 1 meal per day to get my flesh in line. Because on the weekends, I like to loosen up a little bit. But I tend, after I loosen up a little bit, to go AWOL on the program. The fasting and doing it, if I just say Travis is going to fast, I won't stick to it. But for me, when I do it under the Lord, I tend to stick to it better, and I get my self-discipline back. So since I'm already doing that, I can assure you that at least one day during this week that I'll only have one meal. And it's usually a piece of lean protein or shellfish with hemp flakes with a bowl of high-protein soup and a salad. That's what I do when I'm not doing the challenge. And I love it. I feel so much better and so much cleaner and so much lighter. I do not warn. We're going to keep it a challenge, and we want some dread. What are you talking about, Travis? Wanting dread. That's the juice of life. You've got to have a challenge before you. Many of us have got it so easy and don't even realize that's our problem. I want to show you that you can do and that you are an overcomer. No warnings. No warnings. Thank you. Somebody said it's part of the fun. Good stuff. That's right. It's a lot of fun, isn't it? Never knowing when you can eat and just seeing if you can gut it out. And you know what? Many people reported back last time they couldn't wait to get that text that I was going to eat. They were hungry. They were waiting on it. And then when they got the text, it was like, I don't even want it now. So you'll be getting your meal plans ready, deciding on a plan. And then Monday you'll get up and you'll be journaling. You'll be doing all the things that you need to do that will help you be successful, not just on this challenge, but creating disciplines that will help you be successful on the regular program. We got big things in store for you, January. I say that all the time. Let me just show you one real quick. Little sneak peek. You won't believe it, y'all, how much we just want to help you. Look at this. I want you to look at all these food combinations that I've done videos for 2018. So why not go into 2018 ready to learn a whole new program? It's going to be great. Look at this right here. Let me show you this. Just to get you a little precursor. Check this out, y'all. I want you to look at all these food combinations I'm going to be teaching on in 2018, Phase 2 videos. Look at this. You got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Certainly you know some of them, but you've only had 8 in the past. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5. 26 food combinations that I'm going to be teaching on come January, first week of January 2018. Phase 2 videos. Been filming all day. Going to be great. Any questions or comments before I go eat turkey with the family? Anybody? You think you understand? I'm recording this. Make sure you go to the Facebook group and get access, because tomorrow morning after this video processes, it will be in the Facebook group and on the website for you guys to go through again. Make sure you get your questions answered. Take it serious. Go for 10 pounds that first week. Oh, yeah, bars were not on there. I think, hold on, let me double check, because I think one type was. Sorry. Meal replacements. Oh, yeah, shake is on there. And a oh, yeah, 1 bar. The regular oh, yeah bars are not on this challenge because they work, but they're not the best of the best, and I want you to have healthy but extreme fat loss. They're good. They work. They're still approved on the regular program, but only if it ain't on the, you'll hear me. I won't be being a smart aleck. But you'll hear me ask over and over. When y'all ask, can I have such and thus? I'm going to ask rather, is it on the list? This is a comprehensive list. We don't need to add much more, or it wouldn't be a challenge. Yeah, we'll only sign up for 1 week at a time. You'll see when I've made available the next week, it'll pop up and say Christmas Castaway Challenge Week 2. Only one at a time. I don't want you to bite off more than you can chew. Let's do 1 week at a time. This is the same Facebook group as before. Thank you. We want to be a help to you. Tough love, sweet love, whatever it takes. Shock therapy. That's right. We're not doing our normal shibboleth combinations. What you have might be an approved combination, but what I'm asking is that I've given you a diet. You're pulling from the list. Let me give you a few more meal examples of how to put a meal together for clarity. Okay, so here we go with our list. Let's say that I'm putting my own meal together, and I've got pork tenderloin, and I've got some green beans. That would be a good meal pairing. Let's say that I want a little bit of turkey breast, and I want it on some, let's see, I'm trying to find something different. I've got turkey breast, and I put it on approved bread with these approved condiments. I've got a sandwich. Let's say I want some pasta. Here I've got 96% lean ground meat, and I've got Explore Cuisine pastas. So you can take any of these or as many of these as you want, these food items, put them together, either portion control them on a 6 to 8 inch plate or under your hands, or make sure it's 350 calories or less. You'll be able to make sandwiches. You'll be able to make 1s and 2s. If I was a vegan, I could have a Morningstar burger on Udi's gluten-free tortilla. There's something for everybody, and you can do anything for 1 week. That makes sense? Ghee butter, as long as it's cow ghee, works. You can't have vegetable ghee. It's bad for you. But cow's ghee is fine. Clarified butter is fine. Cooking spray is even fine. Yes, they have up until Monday at noon to start. After Monday at noon, they will not be able to enter. You must officially enter on the website. If you don't want to put photos of yourself, put 2 photos of flowers. But the system will not let you in until you at least add 2 photos. Thank you, Nancy. It works. Greens, I believe, is almost no calories, so those are fine. Thank you, Debbie. Bedtime, not sure. There's really no bedtime. I would put it this way. If I say I ate at 8 p.m., then you have until midnight to eat. I won't eat after 8 p.m. It's just not in my ethos to do, except for tonight. Anybody else? There is peanut butter on the program. If it's on the list, it's allowed. If you look, you will see that peanut butter is allowed in the infirmary, and it's a meal replacement. So if I look in the infirmary, I see I can have a tablespoon of an approved peanut butter. An example would be Nuts and More. If I go to the meal list, it says 1 tablespoon of Nuts and More or approved peanut butter with challenge approved bread, meaning I have to use one of these breads that's in the bread list. I don't think I'm sharing my screen right now, but if you look at the list, it's all there. When in doubt, ask the group, ask questions, be loving with one another, be patient with one another. Some people get it before others get it. This is not a jack challenge, but I will, about the most jack thing I'll do is say, or ask rather, did you look at the list? Because sometimes I'm driving, right? Or I'm out and about and not in front of the computer, and I'm not even trying to be a smart aleck. I'm just asking, hey, I don't remember because I'm only eating these things, so go check the list. All right, y'all. I'll be around, of course, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, as you all gain admittance into the group and make yourself official entrance into the challenge. Myself and Joan will be answering you questions, making sure you're able to start right so you can end right. Let's nail this thing, everybody. I love y'all in the Lord. Good to have you, Betty. Good to have everybody. God bless. See you again tomorrow. Happy Thanksgiving. And I'm thankful for you all. Thank you.